now. The reason for it is that we want to be able to adapt our shieldhau in the middle of the attacking point. So I want to go, oh, there they moved, oh no, they went up, bam, like this. But if my point is already traveling down, and I need to go here, boom. It's possible, but it needs a beat. It's at least for my brain, and for most people's brains, it's difficult to move, change the direction of my movement from going direct and down into this move. Or rather, in this part here. Because this is a completely valid thing to go, but that's a compound. It's not the straight counter that I usually have. So we'll do one more round. Now we have the idea of going from here into this. And what you can try now is when you get here, if I pull the pommel, I should make like a cutting motion, but this won't cut anything as well. But my blade I should be able to move my blade in the direction of the cut. Okay? When you're pulling it up to the side. Good. Any questions?
I was getting a cool off pretty quickly. It's amazing the question.
That's what we do. Okay, we do. I'll watch you right. Okay, let's start from the front. So the flat face. Yes. Yes, very good. Now you want to keep it short and you're able to move it. So if this would be a super sharp sword, you would want to be able to cut me over my hand. But if you now raise your left arm, you can sort of raise. That's the direction where it continues. And here, that can be center. If you can force it to the center line, I want to be like strong in the harness.
Primarily attacking into a guard, or do you find this is effective against intercepting?
And also if they're high guard. So if you come down and you attack here, because what their ocean reaction is this, so you catch it.
Fair enough. I don't know, I find that when I use this one, it's against a cut. I'm usually like waiting to see the start of the cut. And then I'm often going here and then I'm winding up against a cut. But you find it's okay. You know, I've seen the start of a cut, and you feel fun that's okay there?
This is an excellent, this is a great question. Like it makes me seem like a savant. Because this is the next part of why. So, when do we throw this cut? Is we throw it when we know that our opponent is, like when we throw it high. When we know that our opponent is not gonna thrust us from below, but they're gonna cut. When do we know this is gonna happen? Is generally when their point goes up. Or when their point is already. So if they are standing here, then I would already, instead of, if I see somebody in a high guard, with Jay for example, if I see them in a high guard, I won't go here. Why would I go here? It doesn't really, even if they just parry, it doesn't give me any benefits, whereas going here gives me more benefits. So the whole like reasoning of my shieldhau is that I'm very lazy. So I see them in a guard, where I know they will most likely attack with certain kind of attack. From here, it's usually something like this. From here, it's usually something like this. So then I just throw the shieldhau on their guard, and am I doing it as a counter attack, or am I doing it as a first intention attack? Yes, or depends on how my opponent reacts. So if it interrupts their attack, then it was a counter attack. If I just hit them through their guard, then it was a first intention. And that is, I think, the kind of genius of Schielhau is that it lessens my need to process the fight. Or I don't need to process kind of those micro things. So then I can just throw it and have my mind on the next thing. Of being like, oh, okay, they are now in plow, so I throw it on the plow. And then if they go up, I can adapt, boom, and then if I notice I hear a cling sound, then I can change into another cut after the parry. So it kind of frees some of my mind. So not only am I lazy, I'm also a little bit stupid. So then I want to do as little things as possible with my body and my head when I'm fencing, and that generally tends to do quite okay. So you want to, or I want to minimize the amount of decisions I make and the physical size of the decisions I make. So that's why I throw the shieldhau a lot, because it's, it answers a lot of questions, and usually even if it fails, the failing means I don't hit my opponent, but I have forced them to a parry, or I have countered their attack and not attacked them, but my blade is on top of their blade, and then because I'm also, this makes me seem like such a heroic figure. I'm not only lazy, stupid, but I'm also short. As when I'm fighting these people. So I want to be close on top of them, and then I want to fight them up close, because that's where I have the advantage. Nice. Okay, so then we move to the last one, the special type, which maybe finding it from sources might be a little bit difficult. But it works. So we'll look at it. So now we'll throw the high shieldhau, and then the footwork in this fight will be passing step. Now it's passing step into up. And what I want to do is that, again, this part is moving towards my opponent's head all the time. And I go here. And the idea is when they are parrying, I want to go above their parry like this and hit them on the head. So, beginning. Movement. End. So in the end, I want to have my arms way up high. I want to see my point from in between my arms, and I want to be on the balls of my feet. Okay, being on the balls of your feet is like a good extra, but this works quite well by just standing like this. So if you have trouble with balance, you don't have to do this. Yes.
Yeah, it will be like finishing it like in some sort of shieldhau.
No. Two things to unpack here. I don't think this is the correct way of doing a shieldhau. I think it's just a play thing in which people listen to. And I'm still in the thumb grip like this. Because I want to then, if they parry even that, I want to be able to work with the thumb. Yes, we had a...
Yeah, I was just going to say, it sounds kind of like a shieldhau.
Yeah, well, okay, yes. Shieldhau still I'll take. Shieldhau, because I think, like, short sidetrack. In my opinion, shieldhau is just this. I think this is a continuation of the technique, is that when they parry, I go here, if they parry that, then I go down here. In the books. But we can discuss this later. But yes, so what I want to go above, still in thumb grip, still cleaving into the side of their head from beyond their parry. Okay? Questions? Let's do it. Yes. Yeah. It's a little bit difficult to stop them. And remember in thumb grip? Yes. And you want, yes, and you want the thumb grip of this cut. If I just do it here, I wouldn't reach them because they're still moving, because I need to go up. So I actually move my body toward my front like this, and I go up from there, and then I go back. And as I mentioned, this height thing, I've not yet met a fencer that I cannot go over like this. I did this something to give training as well last year. Oh. And why this works is that even so even he's quite a lot taller than me. Here let's say I squat a little bit. But if I put my hand here, it's still above his head. I need to be like a lot shorter to not get above his head.
So is shieldhau ineffective for someone of my stature?
No, it's effective. I think my opinion is that it is effective for short people because tall people are never expecting you to go above their back.
Yeah, no one mind my carries up here.
Yeah. So this is, I think this is like, and the way this has formed is that I mostly, when I compete, especially in finals matches, people are always taller than me. So you go above, and then okay, you make, and then if they parry, then you force them into a stupid parry. So they parry like this, all these 3 fingers taken. Okay. So yes, let's do one round of this high shieldhau, this super high. I call this also Martin Fabian shieldhau because I learned this originally from Martin Fabian. So here, bam. And if you can stop, stop. If you cannot, then.
Would you launch this as a counter into a descending pattern like the high
No,
wall?
no. Then I would just stay in this one. Because this is like not very rigid stuff. I only use this as a compound attack on a person in a guard.
Okay, so this is just when it feels like it's relevant.
Yes.
You'll know it when you know it.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that's what we're gonna train next.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get to that. And even you can have your hands even harder. Like if you look at my hand over here, it's like on top of your head. And you're gonna do it on this side. So then you have the single together. Cut the point down. And again, no need to do this. And you can have the movement more or less for and this back foot. Don't try to bring it behind, try to bring it next. Yeah, because if you bring it behind, you have a lot of movement, then your legs are pulling you, and that's it, imbalance. Get your point lower. Get your point. Yes. Also, point lower. Yeah, so you want the wrist to be, because now your wrist was too much here, so it doesn't move. You want it to be to the side enough to be able to turn. Good. Okay, let's get masks and gloves, and if you have other protectors, then that's good as well. And mask, protective mask, gloves if you have them.
Have your glove?
If you have them here, but if you don't, then
So, can I go back and read your score? And...
if you go quickly, yes.
Okay, fine.
A friend's luggage got lost, so he's borrowed mine, but I'm gonna try to take the brain.
Yes, yeah, definitely. So we're going to start with the most archetypal use of Schielhau. And that is my let's everyone be here. I'm also, this is also a simplicity of me, that I only teach one direction. So if you're there or there, I will not, take you into the guard. You can be there if you want to, but I prefer if you go there. So, what the archetypal use of this is that they're in a group. So what I want from this group now is that the hands are low and the point is towards my face, chest. So we're going to start with a very simple drill. We're going to start one step outside the distance. I'm going to step into distance and then I'm going to throw my shieldhau, covering their blade, hitting them in the head. Don't smash your training partner. Just it's enough to get this contact. Generating power is rather easy, just pull harder. But there's no need to do this because now the coach is just going to stand. But important, mega important. Step, attack. Don't do attack. This never happens in tennis. It's never. I'm in this distance. Oh, now I can attack. If we are at this distance, we are in danger already. Something, I should be already doing something. Unless I'm like a lot better, then I'm being like, you can attack me and then I can bang. But that's not what you don't need to train for that situation. Unless you don't want to train some cool Hollywood kicks or something. Here. So, approach, bam, attack. You don't need to rush. What I want you to stop here, see that you're hitting this. And it doesn't matter which foot they have, they can be whatever. As long as the point is towards my person. Here. I want you to have your short edge on here. And I want you to have your strong on their blade, but don't worry about it. Just throw the cut here, and the strong will end up in the right place. If you worry about it, if you're like, I need to hit the blade, then this will most likely happen. Not optimal. Good. Take pairs, let's do it. We will have even pairs once, yes, the axle go around.
Yep. Oh, thank you.
And then stop in the end, make sure that the check is really full. Am I hitting on this side of the end, the short edge? Then is my strong on the other. Now you had this here, but you were hitting here. So I'd rather you hit here. That is what I'm saying. So you start this on, and now I want you to This is what we really want to do. And do a couple of repetitions each and then do once more. Stop when you hit their head. So I would want you to stop here, because now when you bounce it off, you're not giving your body information. Because now you notice, where are you hitting? Are you hitting on this quadrant? Yeah, you're hitting
like
straight.
almost linear.
Yeah, I would want you to hit like this.
Okay.
Because it gives me more space. Because this is all well and good, but you see how the point is here. If I turn like this, I make their point more away from my face. Yes. Yes, sir. One more.
My shoulder's a little messed up, so just get it easy.
And here you're stepping out. I think I'll show you why. So if I say I'm moving short, if I now just move my leg, I have broken the structure. So I get more advantage by stepping right. This is wrong to step here, but then I will let you get the step right. I think you're just I feel that was good. Have you both done? Okay, good. Let's move on. Let's everyone go here. Okay, so this was the first usage of the Schielhau. Then we look at the second. So they're in Fontan, so in a dome. Is it dome and body?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Falcon. Okay, they're in Falcon. Again here, what is, for us, it's a Fontan. Because their point is not towards us, and their hands are above this line. So then it's a Fontan for us, every time. No matter what kind of strange Italian shenanigans are happening, for us, Fontan, we can attack it with a Schielhau, or in this case, a Schielhau. For now, let's, today, let's keep it here. We can do it against here, but then it gets a little bit tricky, so let's stay, and you know, how often do you see someone fencing like this?
Often.
You have a weird clock.
I've been seeing it.
Okay. Well, I have answer for that today. Okay, so now what we will do, again, approach, bam, and then I will throw immediately high Schielhau, because are they threatening me with a thrust here? No. they are threatening with a cut. Okay, so here, boom. Yes. And now yeah, the coach can, you can like check it every now and then, because if I throw it like this, in this drill, yes, I succeeded. Oh, boom. So here, and again, in this situation, this works very well. But it is a different cut. You don't want that cut now. You want the shieldhau. So focus on two things. That in the end you're covering the upper line, and in the beginning of the cut, I want you to move similarly to as the low shieldhau. So here, I want to start throwing it here, and then just push the hands up. Yes?
So, but shieldhau versus the other one.
Shieldhau. Yeah.
When would you use one instead of the other?
My honest answer is I will always use shieldhau. In distance, I use shieldhau up close.
Why?
This is distance. So shieldhau, I reach here. Shieldhau, I reach here. Just simple as that. When do I throw a shieldhau? Is that when we are for some reason already at this distance. Then I fight with high-low shieldhau. The book does say. Just let's. What does the historical book say? It says that when they are what breaks from tag is the shieldhau. And it is true that if I go here and I jump here and I do this, I will hit them, or they need to parry. Now the problem with modern HEMA is that they're usually not too afraid of their life. So what they will usually do it slowly, is that when I do this, they will cut towards my hands. Bam. Okay, I know. Today's rule set, no points. Sad. In proper Finnish rule sets, I hit them in the head, they hit me in the arms, 2 points me. Excellent. No, 1 point me. Okay. Yes, but now we're going to do the high shield.
The sword on the other side, we don't do like
If the sword is on the other side, yes. Oh, actually, the workshop itself, you're going to get some tidbits. If I'm fencing someone who's there, or if they're lefty. So if you large a lefty, yes, just stand there. Okay. Here, I actually throw a right shieldhau. This is, a lot of lefties are very bad at protecting their left shoulder, which doesn't really make sense, but it works. I've noticed. You can throw a shieldhau here as well, but then you kind of need to bait them to attack. So if you throw a cut, boom, then this works. But generally, if they're a lefty,
we don't do shieldhau to the
Yeah.
other side without using the
it's not a shieldhau. Shieldhau says short edge. This is not a short edge anymore. But this is.
What if you are?
Then yes, it gets difficult. So if I'm a lefty and you're a righty, now for this drill, okay, I will allow you to choose. Okay, you can either step to the side, attack the shoulder here, or you can do the unholy offside sphere, which is just a krump here. I prefer you try to actually use this one, because that works better with the low shieldhau into high shieldhau. And the nice thing about low shieldhau, it works no matter lefty, righty, whatever. Good. Okay, let's take pairs and go.